Yes.
That's a slow, baby! Yes!
I just the guy in the gulag with a rock.
This is where we need that party button. Every time this comes, we need that party button.
Fruitlabs.
Whoa. Did you see that? What was that at the end?
It's a monkey. It's a monkey.
It was like a nomad.
Yeah. It's a nomad. We have been doing more on Fruitlabs every day for many reasons. And
Yes.
you actually had a news story as to... it was a last-minute news story, and I wanted to tie it into Fruitlabs. So, we've been doing TikToks for a long time, you and I. And
Yes.
we kind of took a step back for the simple fact that we kind of got pigeonholed into an area of TikTok that's like, you're not big enough for us to support, and you're too small for us to encourage. You know what I mean? Like, I think if we were slightly larger, they would have been like, hey, keep going, push more.
I don't know. We're like the dark web of TikTok.
Mhm.
That's where you find us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Now, TikTok is a huge platform, ginormous. And
It is.
if you've watched season 1 and season 2, a majority of our content is TikTok, because that's where we met, and that's also where most of our content came from.
Right.
Last season, our editor that did our promos and all that kind of stuff, he recommended that we check out FruitLab. And you and I went into FruitLab thinking, okay, cool. Like, we will grind for as long as we need to grind, because we find this to be a much better community. Meaning, within the first day of us being in the community, people were very nice to us. Not that people in TikTok land are not nice to you. It's just, you say the wrong thing or you say it politically incorrect, and you've got 1,000 watchers like on top of you. Not really on FruitLab. I'm sure if we say stuff that's politically incorrect, they're not going to be happy about it, but they don't like shut you down the way they do over there. They were very welcoming. Like, it's the way I felt about it. What about you?
I agree.
Now
Fruit Labs has been like, it's like a stranger opening their house to us and say, you can just go wherever you want.
Yeah, come on in.
Have all the food.
Fridge is over there.
Like, sleep in our bed. Like, you just
TV's over there.
have control. Here's my dog. Like,
they've been totally cool. The one that got me by far was that, I guess within the first few days, both you, myself, and TP Show, because we actually have 3 accounts, which is unusual. I have an account, you have an account, and then the show, since we do a podcast, has an account, which is unusual. I know.
Right.
We'd all been verified. And if you go to TikTok, I cannot tell you how many TikToks I've watched where, why isn't this guy verified? Like, Odd Danny is a great example. Odd Danny has like 2.3 million followers, and he's constantly getting the Mandela effect that we talked about last season a lot.
Right.
Where people are like, dude, I totally thought you were verified. And you do not get verified easily over there. It's kind of like a gatekeeper kind of situation for them.
So, Ashley over here in the comments, she's like, Fruit Labs verified me day 1. So yeah, it's just
their verification their verification process is: are you a real person? Do you have real, like, are you using, like, you can use a pseudonym, but you need to be a real person. And as long as you can prove that, you're verified. And so we were like, okay. And then you and I started upon a path of, okay, we're going to grind until we become partners. Because, like, partnership was the next level. And you and I were like, okay, if it takes 3 months, 6 months, a year, no problem. We'll start grinding.
Yeah.
Well, within less than a month, we had made partners. And our heads went...
And then with the partners, they're like, oh, you have someone personal added to your account. Like, you ask him whatever you want. Like, he's your own personal.
Yeah, like, if you have a question, contact this guy. And
like wine sommelier.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny because they do this with YouTube. Like, if you're a YouTube partner, because I've heard this on the Philip DeFranco show before. Philip DeFranco will often talk about, I called my guy at YouTube. Now, the difference is that guy at YouTube, they normally don't tell anything to that guy. Like, he works at YouTube, but, like, they're like, don't tell Phil this. And so we're not going to tell you because then you might tell Phil. Whereas with Fruitlabs, they've been very open, very honest, and they've told us
Yep.
like, hey, this is happening, that's happening. It's a much smaller community. They just hit 900 days as an app. And they've got a 1 million pip giveaway for the 1,000th day. Now, 1 million pips, you're like, what's a pip? That's the interesting thing is that you can earn pips by playing games, by posting content, by being interactive, and a pip has actual value. 10,000 pips equals $1. I know that you had showed me that it's worth more, but I haven't been able to verify that, believe it or not. I can only find it in one spot that it's $1.
I saw it where you can buy pip, and to buy one pip is like 10,000 or 10,000 pip is one
surcharge.
It was something like 0.5. Yeah.
Yeah. They've got an extra. It's probably a 5-cent surcharge, which makes perfect sense. And so we went into an ecosystem where we're making content and we're gaining pips, and the pips are worth cash, as opposed to the TikTok land where they've gotten to the point now where if you don't pay them, they don't show your stuff to anybody. And this is not me as a creator being like, oh, I'm mad at these guys. This is literally other people saying it over and over and over again.
Yep.
I got 10,000 views. I became a creator inside the TikTok world, and it went down to 200 views. I quit the creator program, and it went back up to 10,000. Now you're probably wondering, well, what does that mean? When you're not a creator, they don't pay you for your views, meaning that if you get 10,000 views, you get $0. If you're a creator and you get 10,000 views, then they give you a certain amount of money.
Yeah,
3.2 cents probably, because they have creators on there like I don't know. Have you heard of the largest creator? She actually now has a Hulu show, Charli D'Amelio and her family.
Charli D'Amelio, yep.
Yeah. So
I was going to butcher her name.
Yeah, well, she's from Jersey, I think, and so like I need it, like it's part of the Philly decree that you need to understand how to say Jersey names. So like I know how to say Schuylkill and Wissahickon and Lenape. Like there's certain words I know how to say because I grew up in that area, and I'm sure it's the same for you in Cali. I'm sure there's certain words that you just know because you grew up in Cali.
Thank you for watching this segment of the TP Show. Please follow us on FruitLab. Don't forget we have a podcast on your favorite podcast app. This has been another installment of the TP Show. Thank you for watching this segment of the TP Show. Please follow us on FruitLab. Don't forget we have a podcast on your favorite podcast app. This has been another installment of the TP Show.